A Day on the Focus. Hey everyone, and welcome back to A Day on the Focus, your daily dose of history served hot and fresh. It's March 17th, and boy do we have a packed schedule for you today. Buckle up, history buffs. First off, let's go way back to 45 BC. Still found. Julius Caesar, that ultimate Roman dude, scores his final, glorious victory at the Battle of Munda. Think of it as his Roman retirement party, albeit one involving a lot more sword fighting. He totally crushed Pompey's forces. Talk about a boss move. Fast forward a bit, to 1776. The British are packing their bags and leaving Boston. The siege of Boston is over, thanks to some clever artillery placement by our founding fathers. George Washington and Henry Knox. Total strategists. It was a real bye-bye Britannia moment. Skipping ahead to 1861, Italy finally gets its act together and proclaims itself a kingdom. About time, right? And in 1891, the SS Utopia, not exactly known for its seafaring skills, collides with HMS Anson. Total disaster. Hundreds of passengers lost their lives. A really sad day. Now let's jump to the 20th century. 1942. The Holocaust casts a dark shadow. The first gassings at Belzec death camp. A grim reminder of humanity's darkest hours. And just 3 years later, in 1945, the Ludendorff Bridge in Remagen, Germany, collapses. A rather dramatic end to its wartime role. 1969 was a big year for women's history. Golda Meir becomes Israel's first female prime minister. A major achievement. And then in 1973, that incredible Pulitzer Prize-winning photo, Burst of Joy, captured the end of the Vietnam War, a powerful image of reunion and relief. More recent history brings us to 1992, with the bombing of the Israeli embassy in Buenos Aires. Tragic loss of life. Then, also in 1992, a hopeful sign, the end of apartheid in South Africa. A referendum sealed the deal, proving that change is possible, even if it takes a long time coming. And for those who love a good birth announcement, today is the birthday of Harun al-Rashid, the famous Abbasid Caliph, 763. Also, Gottlieb Daimler, co-founder of Daimler Motorengesellschaft, 1834, who would probably appreciate the fact that our show is being broadcast through technology he'd recognize. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through history. Now for a little creative fiction based on today's events. Imagine Julius Caesar. After his triumphant victory at Munda, chilling on a beach in Italy, basking in the sun. Suddenly, a time-traveling tourist arrives, showing him photos of Golda Meir, explaining that centuries later, a woman would lead a nation. Caesar, used to a world ruled by men, stares, bewildered and maybe a little impressed. Then the tourist whips out a photo of a car, explaining that in the future, they would have vehicles that moved without horses. Caesar, accustomed to chariots, is flabbergasted. The tourist, realizing Caesar's growing anxiety at these unexpected glimpses into his distant future, sighs, says, "Hey, it's March 17th. A little history always throws a curveball." And then he pops back to his own time. Caesar, back to his reality, shrugs, mumbles, "Romans, always drama," and goes back to his relaxation, a little shaken, but also surprisingly fascinated. And that, folks, is your A Day on the Focus for March 17th. Join me tomorrow for another historical adventure.